Well, good evening to you. I'm sat in the kitchen this evening because I'm cooking tea, and this morning whilst cooking the lentils I burnt yet another pan. That's me and my multitasking. I can multitask, but it also depends on how many tasks I'm doing at the same time, so obviously one too many. So I'm just keeping an eye on it, making sure that I don't burn this pan. Today's been a bit of a miserable one. It's been a blessing really, because the gardens are all looking a little bit parched, so this rain's going to do the garden some good. However, I'm not looking forward to having to cut the grass in a week's time, because I'm sure it's going to suddenly shoot up, and I haven't got a lawnmower, it's just my hedge trimmer, but you can't have your cake and eat it. I hope everybody's keeping well, and that if you've got gardens yourself, you've been able to enjoy them. If not, you've been able to get out and enjoy the countryside and a little bit of greenery, and getting a bit of fresh air and exercise, keeping you well in that respect. So what have I got for you this evening? Well, I've got the word ner, or I'm sure that's how you pronounce it, and it means lamp. I've got today's scripture from Samuel 2:22 to 29, and it says, this is a short one: "You, Lord, are my lamp, the Lord who turns my darkness into light." I can't imagine what it must have been like prior to electricity, prior to the electric light bulb, walking around with candles or gas lamps. They must have been the prized possession of these people, because at night, once the sun had gone down, you were really restricted to what you did in the darkness, and it certainly did make life easier, didn't it, for them? Otherwise you'd be tripping up, falling over the place, hurting yourself. And spiritual speaking, God is our lamp. He lights up our path of life. When we keep him near, like using his lamp, he keeps us from trouble, from hurting ourselves. Or with God as our lamp, we have the light we need to do the work that he has for us to do. Another example, I remember my grandma telling me this when she used to live in London. She used to be on the stage, and she must not have been paid very much, because she used to say that the hotel rooms that she stayed in, when she turned the light on, she used to see all the cockroaches run into their hiding places, and she said that she did get bitten quite a few times, because of course once the lights had gone out, when you'd gone to bed, they then come out and start to crawl around. I mean, it's a bit creepy really, and in that sense we can see that God's light also scares away the enemy. This is what the light does. Okay, our dark impulses perhaps and our temptations will flee, because that light is illuminating, and we don't want to succumb to these temptations anymore, that we realize that they are dark impulses, and we can actually stand on the word and use the word to help us not to do those things anymore. So how can this be an encouragement then? Well, if God is my lamp and is your lamps too, then this light can intensify, it can grow and spread, because there's two like-minded people, two Christians come together, and we have that light burning inside us. Okay, many people will see that light, and the more that we touch other people, the more that we are unified in what we do, we have more of an influence in the darkness, in the darker aspects of the world. And also it's going to be a beautiful thing to see, isn't it? So how can that be an encouragement to us? Well, I want you to imagine this last image. Okay, so if God is my lamp, which he is, okay, and is yours too, and if you're a Christian, you'll have a lamp burning within you as well. Okay, imagine them two lamps coming together. That light's going to intensify, okay, and it also it can spread. I mean, not everybody will be attracted to the light, okay, But many of those that are living in darkness, okay, would possibly see that light and say, oh gosh, there's something different here. This light seems to be, it looks beautiful. They have a desire for it. It looks safe. I'd like to be there too. So let your light, let God be your light. Then let your light shine into the darkness of this world. Amen?